What's going on, Aurora Alliance, and welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront Death Star DLC related video. Before we get properly into this video, I would just like to say that I will be attending EGX 2016 on the 24th of September as a YouTuber. So if any of you guys are lucky enough to have a ticket to EGX on the 24th of September, that is the Saturday, and you see me, make sure to stop by and say hello. So we have had a lot of Death Star information released yesterday, along with a short teaser trailer which I did upload. And I'm going to be going over the details and a lot of the information that we have received regarding the new DLC pack coming this month. So we now know that we will be getting 5 multiplayer maps set in space and on the actual Death Star itself. We can dogfight in space battles, fight inside the iconic space station, and trench run to take down the Empire's ultimate weapon. And we also got to see a few of those locations which might feature in maps or as maps themselves. First off is the trash compactor. I don't think this is the same trash compactor that we actually seen in A New Hope, but it is still cool to see it featured in this game. We also then got to see the hangar which was featured in the original concept art showing off Chewbacca on the Death Star. We get to see a conference room which looks like the one that Darth Vader actually force choked the Imperial officer in. We get a couple of command rooms with protocol droids lurking around inside of them. I don't think they'll actually affect any of the game modes or maps. I think they're just there for the cinematics and the actual aesthetics when we get to play in these rooms. Then we also get to see a chasm section which looks pretty similar to the one seen in Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is brilliant to see. I can't believe they've actually brought this back. And then we also get to see a room filled with astromech droids, possibly storage for these droids used on the Death Star. As well as this, I do think 2 of these maps will actually be in space. Obviously the one with the Star Destroyers is the map used in the new Battle Station game mode, and I think the Trench Run map will actually be used in the Fighter Squadron game mode. I do think the 2 maps actually set in space will be used for the new Battle Station game mode, obviously stage 1 where we've got to take down the Imperial Star Destroyers, and the second map being the Trench Run where we've actually got to destroy the Death Star. Then obviously 3 other maps based inside the Death Star, which I do think we will actually get to play heroes versus villains on, and then obviously some of the maps will be used again in the new Battle Station game mode. We have got a lot more information about our 2 new heroes to Star Wars Battlefront, Chewbacca and Bossk, who are going to be playable in the Death Star DLC pack and obviously in Heroes vs Villains in the base game. So here's what we know about Chewbacca since this information has been released. He now wields a bowcaster that initially shoots 1 explosive bolt. His trait is called Furious Firing. It adds 1 extra bolt per trait level, which means it can reach a total of 4 bolts. One ability is called Multi-Bolts. Activating this ability will cause Chewbacca's bowcaster to double its output. This can be combined with his trait, which means he can ultimately shoot up to 8 bolts at once. His Might Roar ability improves armor and damage for himself and nearby allies. Infantry allies close to Chewie will essentially gain the Berserker traits level 3 for a short period of time. His last ability is called Ground Slam. When activated, Chewie will smash the ground and damage nearby enemies. One of his taunts that we know of will be his famous roar. For Bossk, we have learned that he wields an improved version of the Relby V10. He runs with the Trandoshan regeneration trait. This trait allows him to regain a percentage of his health with each infantry kill or high damage to a hero. The micro grenade ability allows Bossk to activate a grenade launcher on his Relby V10. Grenades will explode after a short period of time or upon impact with an enemy. His second ability will be Predatory Instincts, and this will enhance a number of aspects. This includes gaining heat vision, faster cooldowns, increased damage, and increased sprinting speed. His last ability is Toxic Escape. With this ability, Bossk will throw down an enhanced Dioxis grenade and leap out of the way. The grenades will be so powerful that it will even do intense damage to heroes. Then we obviously know about the Battle Station game mode, which is the unique 3-phase mode, which will have players battling around and inside the Death Star. Obviously with phase 1 they have to destroy Imperial Star Destroyers. The second phase you have to actually find R2-D2 and escort him to escape. And the third and final phase is you actually destroying the Death Star once and for all, obviously until you have to play this game mode again. We get 2 brand new hero vehicles. The first one is Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-Wing, and we have to attempt to destroy the Empire's ultimate weapon in Luke Skywalker's Red 5 X-Wing, obviously. Then for the Empire we get Darth Vader's TIE Advanced X1, and we have to protect the Empire's asset in Darth Vader's TIE Advanced. We don't know what their abilities are actually just yet, but I imagine we will find that out pretty soon. So we also learned what weapons and star cards will be coming to the Death Star DLC, but bear in mind that we also will get the bow rifle in Star Wars Battlefront, and I imagine this rifle will actually be free, not part of this DLC, as it's not listed on the website. The first blaster coming with this DLC is the TL-50 Heavy Repeater. The description of this is sends a storm of bolts and can also gather its energy into a devastating concussion blast. I think that this is going to be the fully automatic blaster in this DLC pack, as it's the sort of assault rifle heavy blaster, and I've also noticed that it could actually have 2 fire modes. As the description says, sends a storm of bolts and can also gather its energy into a devastating concussion blast. This will be a new feature to the game, as none of the blasters in the game at the moment currently have 2 fire modes. The second is a blaster pistol. This is the K16 Briar pistol. The description of this is deceptive by design. It's capable of discharging the entire heat source in one powerful blast. This again could be a 2 fire mode blaster, but from the description it does only give the idea that it will be a sort of one-shot powerful blast type of blaster. But it does say it's capable of discharging the entire heat source, which means it could also fire less powerful blasts at a higher rate than firing one powerful blast at a prolonged period of time. As for star cards, we get the medical droid star card to start off with, and this is a stationary medical droid that periodically provides healing and boost to star card recharge rate. If you remember this was in the original Star Wars Battlefront games, so it's cool to see it actually return in this DLC pack. And then the second star card is the laser trip mine, a powerful explosive with a built-in scrambler. So I'm guessing if you get near this, you're not going to just be surprised by being blown up by something that you didn't actually see. But when you get near it, I imagine your minimap will become scrambled, and then if you pay attention to that, you will know you are close to a laser trip mine, so maybe you'll be a bit more cautious, or you might just be like me, ignore it and run straight into the thing and be killed. These are 2 really interesting star cards. I wasn't really expecting these to be added, to be honest. This was kind of like a wild card by them, but hopefully these 2 star cards will add an interesting twist to the Death Star DLC. One thing that was also noticed in the brief trailer teaser that we were given last night is the new customization options. Imperial officers and Death Star troopers are the outfit options for the Imperials in this DLC pack. The Rebel pilots will be available as well, and they can be helmeted or have no helmet at all, which opens up the option for the race to actually be changed in this Rebel pilot costume when that feature does come to Star Wars Battlefront. The Stormtroopers on the Death Star will be shiny and completely free of grime, which we did see in that short little trailer teaser. We did also get a slew of information via Twitter about balancing tweaks and bug fixes, plus a tease regarding the future of Skirmish, but I will try and cover that in a later video. We did also learn that the Death Star playlist will mostly focus on just Battle Station. Heroes vs Villains and Fighter Squadron will be at least making a few appearances. This was a lot of information to drop last night, so I'm sorry it is coming to you late, but I did have to go to work. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video, and let me know down in the comment section if I have missed anything that you have spotted, and smash a like on this video if you have enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe to join the Axrora Alliance and be kept up to date with all things Star Wars. Other than that, may the Force be with you.